Welcome to Wellington's Y Zone, a podcast dedicated to curate weekly sports conversations, be a content sports hub for content and interview game changers within the community and the world. I don't know why whenever I start the podcast, I always do the welcome, welcome. I always do that hand motion. And I got to stop doing that. I promise to stop doing that. I vow that in 2026. Um, but we have a lot of topics to get into for this one. Game twos. There are a lot of game twos to react to in the NBA playoffs. And the first one I want to start with was San Antonio beating Minnesota 133 to 95. Wembanyama has 19 points, 15 rebounds. This is also Minnesota's worst postseason loss ever, um, franchise history, and it, it's it's definitely how Chris Finch said it. He said, "quote I just told them we got punked." And before I can continue on, Wellington's Y Zone, make sure to follow that on Instagram, YouTube, Wellington Burns on all social media profiles. You can see all of the current takes I'm doing. I put up that Anthony Edwards is the Neo Matrix of the basketball universe, which I still believe, even though they got completely mollywopped last night. Um, but yeah, like I feel as though this team right here, this squad right here, um, San Antonio, had such a balanced offensive attack. Stephon Castle had 21 points. De'Aaron Fox had 16 points. And it was just one of those games where it was a clinic. And I think San Antonio knew what had to be done. Like they knew, like, we can't go down 0-2. If you go down 0-2, you're likely losing it in five. It's probably going to be a gentleman's sweep. You can't go down in that type of scenario. So they did what they had to do, got it back to a 1-1, regained home court advantage. And I feel as though with San Antonio, with what they have coming up, um, that game three is going to be a game where you could see Minnesota really turn it up a notch, really rev up the engine. And it's all about Wembanyama's aggressiveness. That's the thing with Wembanyama. It's all about his aggressiveness. It's all about how he's going to attack things offensively and how he is going to just really adjust when it comes to um his mindset, his mode, and also the way in which he's going to approach things from an aggressiveness standpoint and just like how he's going to go going forward. Another quote I wanted to highlight was um it was from Edwards from Anthony Edwards, and he was kind of talking about how, like, man, like we came out too cool. We came out too cool. And that's another thing that happens when you have a big time game one win at home. You can come out very cool the next game because it's like, hey, we got the split. We're good. But are we gonna be like really hungry? And I think that's what separates the good teams from the really good teams from the great teams. Those that have a killer instinct. Not saying that this it's all done because Minnesota was back at home, but I think the way in which they lost showed that the same edge was not there in this one, and now we got a 1-1 series tied up. So game three is going to be really intriguing. Next up, we have the Knicks, who are just on the tear, and 108 to 102 win at home in game two. Jalen Brunson, another really good performance from him. OG Anunoby added 24 points for New York. He left late in the game, and I think that's going to be something that's very key because OG Anunoby is a key component for what the Knicks have going forward. Extremely key. Karl Anthony Towns had 20 points, can rebound, 7 assists. That's good and all, but OG Anunoby is going to be the guy to like put them over the hump if they even want to go any further. So I really feel as though Anunoby is like however he's doing, that's going to be very key to see and just really monitor. Um, so Tyrese Maxey, he had 26 points for the Sixers, and I'm really concerned for Philly because I think we're at a point now where I wouldn't be surprised if this is a gentleman sweep, where this is a 5 game series where maybe New York drops one in Philly, but then they're just going to end it back in New York. That's kind of how I see this one going forward. And it's I want to say this. There's some things that I haven't addressed since the last episode. The Sixers, they were able to beat Boston in game seven. Very impressive. Um, Absolutely impressive. I think with Boston, their season ending so soon, without Tatum, I was surprised. I was surprised by that. I thought Boston was gonna go to the finals. I had Boston, OKC. I think New York now has a great shot to get there with, you got Detroit, you got Cleveland, but this is their best shot to get to the finals. No Indiana. Halliburton's home. Indiana's home. I think they have um a lot of chances to really do something special. So I absolutely love this for New York. I'm happy to see the camaraderie in the city, even though I don't want to jinx things. I don't want Timothy Chalamet getting disappointed because we got the new king of New York. Well, I'm not gonna say the king of New York. Spike Lee's still there, but every time you're seeing like Timothy Chalamet saying like, "Hey, I'm coming to the game. I'm bringing Kylie with me, and we're gonna have a good time." And I love he's a true like basketball like junkie. Like he loves hoops. You can just tell he loves hoops. So yeah, we want to see Mr. Dune, Mr. Marty Supreme, all of the things. I was talking to somebody about this earlier today about is this just what we're gonna have to expect? Like if it's Knicks OKC in the finals, we're gonna have to expect Timothy Chalamet, Kylie Jenner, Timothy Chalamet, Kylie. Like, is that what we're gonna have to expect every courtside time? Are they like the new like Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift of the NBA? Hmm, that's a question. I think so. I think so. Um, but you guys are not here for my e-news takes on celebrity relationships. But yeah, I think New York's in a great position, an absolutely great position. But Anunoby, how he's doing and what he's going to be able to come back from, super pivotal, super pivotal. Another game I wanted to get to was OKC and the Lakers, game two. Um, OKC's able to win. Game one, OKC's able to win 108-90. Holmgren has 24 points, 12 rebounds. Shea, AJ Mitchell, each added 18 points. And even without Jalen Williams, who's got an injured left hamstring for the third straight game, Thunder shot 49.4% from the field, made 13 33 pointers. They are what I like to call the professional team. OKC is the professional team. And what I mean by the professional team is they are the team in the office facility that works the best together, that shows up on time, that has an efficient lunch, that is ready to clock in 5 minutes before they even got to go back. Everybody, the boss, like, hey man, like eat some more food. They're like, nah, we're ready. We're here to work. We're here to do what we do. We're here to have a good time. We're gonna hang out on the weekends. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. We're gonna go play some solitaire. We're gonna play some chess. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna play some beach volleyball. We're gonna kick it. But when it's time to work, it's time to work. OKC is the professional team. They are the professional team. They are light years ahead. What's that thing that Bob Myers said? I think it was Bob Myers, or I don't want to say I don't want to get the names wrong, but it was one of the Golden State front office people who said, "Man, the Warriors, we are light years ahead of the NBA." Well, I'm here to tell you, OKC is light years ahead of the Lakers, light years ahead. And I know we want Luka to come back. I want Luka to come back. I want to see what Luka can do. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. And if it does happen, it's going to be like much later in this series. And so, yeah, I would keep an eye out for that because with this game upcoming, game two, and I need to see what are the games for tonight. I do believe the Lakers are playing tonight. They played Tuesday night, so I would think that tonight would be their night. Lakers OKC, and then we have another Detroit Cleveland matchup, which I'm going to get to in the second half. But yeah, like I personally think that this Lakers team is it's just it's a mismatch, right? It's a mismatch. I don't see this being a team that matches up very well with OKC. I think OKC just is a better equipped team. They have too much, have too many horses in the stalls, have too many horses, have too many chambers, have too many bullets in the chamber, have too much ammo to be threatened by the Lakers. And LeBron even said it. They were asking LeBron about it, and he's like, what about the guy? I mean, the guy, you're talking about our chemistry. What about the guy who's averaging 36 points over there? What about that? So I personally think that this Lakers team is it's in for a long series. It's in for a long series, and I think OKC is the much better team. This is I have this one going in five, and that's just how I see it. That's how I personally see it. I think OKC is just a much better team and is gonna be giving a lot of teams fits. In terms of the first round, I think Boston is the most disappointing team. Has to be the most disappointing team because I really had them going to the finals. I thought they could still make a run. I thought Jason Tatum could do better coming off an injury and just getting more acclimated, but it wasn't their year. Jaylen Brown, I did a video about it. Um, I did a video about Jaylen Brown's comments on flopping from Joel Embiid, and he was kind of saying, man, like flopping is one of the viruses in our game, and this and that. And Joel Embiid is one of the best big men in NBA history, but still he flopped. So I'm salty. And he went on Twitch about it. Um, yeah, I just personally think that's just very it's very contradictory. He's really speaking a dichotomy in terms of what he's been doing in the NBA. The push-offs and initiating offensive fouls and all of that. Like he really has been doing those things, him and Tatum, and they've been getting away with it. And I just think, my guy, we see this a lot. We see a lot of times that these things happen in the league. And so why are we just putting it on Joel Embiid and the Sixers? And it just, to me, he wasn't reading the room well. I said that earlier today. He wasn't reading the room well, and this was a very just uh, uh, the type of comment that just doesn't make the most sense to me. And hey, he's entitled to Twitch whenever he wants to. Um, he's entitled to Twitch and do what he's got to do. To as many players make content outside of um of of the game, especially, even during the season. Draymond Green has a podcast. Him and Austin Rivers have been beefing. I'm gonna get to Draymond Green in the second half. Him and Charles Barkley are probably about to start beefing. Like Draymond just started media wars. But yeah, it's one of those things where, for me personally, I believe that this is one of those things that we have to start looking at. Is Jaylen Brown gonna be back in the offseason? Is he going to be back with this team? Because I think you can make a case that this is possibly one of the last years Jaylen Brown is on the team. I think Jaylen Brown is very interested in seeing what he can do outside of Boston, what he can do outside of Tatum's shadow. Um, it's just he seems like the type of player who wants to branch out, spread his wings, and really see what he can do outside of these Boston four walls. It's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be something that I think to keep an eye on over the summer and see what he's going to do. But I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back for the second half.